Good morning. It's October 10th, and we have a full house today. I'm so happy you guys show up for yourself today. So I want to go through the Essential Emotions Guide. There's a new paper, and I sent it to Jeannie. Let me see if I can get the link for it up for you guys so you can see, because I'd like if you guys would print it out eventually, and you can use it to go through like your daily emotions. Like, this is how I feel right now. What oil am I going to pick? What does it remind me of? Just so we can start like kind of sweeping the house clean every day. Put myself on spotlight. So I've been asking them forever, but finally, the creators of the Essential Emotions, the book, they've created an actual like coaching certification program so that people know how to guide others through this process. So you guys, guess what? You guys get to be my guinea pigs.
Oh, good.
Well, I didn't ask. I'm asking now, I guess. So this is the paper, and I'm going to put this in the link so you guys can print it. We'll go through it together. Let me find it really fast so I can put the link. Inbox. Download it. Download. File, save. Okay, so now how do I put a file link in the chat? Is that something that I can do?
Copy the link and paste it.
It's got to be like something like a Google Doc or something that like is, or maybe if it's a email, like a website link, that might work too.
Okay. Well, what I can do is email it to you, but what I'll do is I'll just share my screen so you guys can see it. Let me just find where you guys are now because I clicked on too many things. Where is everyone? Oh, okay, there you are. Sorry, I got lost in my mini windows that are open. Okay, share screen. Can you guys see it? So there's 3 different ways that you can start. So say you're trying to figure out how you're feeling and you pinpoint it. You're like, I'm feeling, what do I feel right now? Let me start with that. I was feeling a little bit insecure. So I could look it up from there. I would go into the Essential Emotions book in the emotions section, and I would see what oils it says, and I would follow it from there. Or I could, what if I didn't know what I felt? I could start with the body, the sensation. So like, what is it that I'm feeling in my body? So tightness in my chest a little bit. I also just had kind of a hard conversation with a good friend of mine this morning. She had texted me something that would like kind of hurt my feelings and offended me. So over the past week, I've been stewing a little bit of how I'm going to address that. And I had that conversation this morning. So I think I have a little bit of, like where you have to set a boundary and you have to say what you feel like and communicate so that you have healthy relationships. Otherwise, I would just be stewing over it, thinking like, why did she say that to me? It's so mean. Like if I just don't say anything, then it's just, it will become like years of buildup of me not saying something. And because I am a public speaker, a lot of the times I speak way before I've thought about it. So what I tend to do is I start throwing out like insults, or like I make fun of people, especially if I'm angry with them. So it's like, it just happens. Like, I'm like, I didn't even think about it because I have this gift of oration. It just comes out. So if I don't take care of my emotions, for sure, it's going to come out, So that was what I was doing this morning. So if I start with the physical, it would be chest. and I would go to that section. Yeah, if I don't take care of myself, I could become a bully. Let me look in the back here. Chest. I ordered the new edition. I got jelly of Donna having the new one. Okay, chest, expressing inner beauty and love, angry, anxious, grieving, panicked, sad. So I would kind of think about that list, exactly what it was I was feeling. It was anxious. How can I create a peace in the grief I am feeling? If my chest had a voice, what would it say? So I would take that look deeper question and I would answer it on this line here. So what stands out from the look deeper question? So how could I create peace in the grief I am feeling? Well, I know that my friend did not mean to hurt my feelings and it was unintentional. And all I needed to do for me was to be clear about how that made me feel. And that's a sort of validation for me to be able to even do that. Because for not until 2 years ago did I start even telling people about how I feel about their actions. Look how cute and matchy I am right now. Sorry. Okay, so I'm like, I just realized my coffee. I release this emotion with all its negative attachments and hold on me. I now hand it over to the divine for transformation and healing. So the declaration, let's see what it says for that. So that would be for, if I go back to anxious. So let me see in the emotions part. It probably has the declaration there. So
Says,
it's
what do I fear? What do I feel? I need to control and why?
That's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I now adopt the belief that all things work together for my good. And then I would write that there. In the visualize, it says, imagine peace flowing down over your body. Feel your breath regulate and sync with this rhythmic flow. I like that. And then the oils, let's see, it says for anxious was adaptive, basil, neroli, past tense, console, serenity, and amavi. And the one that I was rolling on when I first opened the Zoom was neroli. I'm really into that neroli. It's really great for releasing control. And, you know, like if I feel like a lot of the times when I'm offended and angry is because I feel that people are not behaving the way they should. And that's based on my upbringing and what I believe is right and what I believe is ethical. So if my belief system is offended by the way that someone behaves because they shouldn't do that, a lot of times it's me wanting to control them. Like, this is what you should have done if you were raised right, not by wolves. That's kind of like my mom's thing. She'd say, why would they do that? And it makes me laugh every time she says that, because it's like, well, they're not you and they weren't raised like you and everyone has a different point of view. And, you know, but like when it comes to me, I still have the same reaction as her. How dare they? So, okay. All right. Do you guys like the worksheet?
I do.
Okay, let's see what else it says. Integrate. How will you nourish this new awareness? Okay, so then I'm going to decide how this will become a lesson for me. So me being anxious and needing to stay centered. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my oil and I'm going to say my prayer. That's usually how I calm myself down. And even just going through this process of talking out loud with you guys and how I would write this on this paper would be how I would integrate this. Excuse me. So I would use my oil and I would say, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I just understanding what is in my control to change, which is really just my own behavior. And I don't have control over anyone else or anything. So releasing that control is really important for my own inner peace. So that's what I would write there, is using my oils and saying my prayer and allowing myself to let go of that control. How will you move into action with this new awareness? What is your next step? Well, I already did the established boundaries thing. And this is what I'm working on, is the self-judgment and the compassion. Just like, okay, like, I don't have to be doing something all the time. I can just be.
Kim,
What could
also,
get-
if you go to the oil that you've chosen and read more about it in the Essential Motion book, that
That's true.
gives you greater direction too.
Yeah, good point. Let's go to Neroli. And Niroli. I want Neroli. Here it is. Okay, so shared purpose and partnership. Neroli is a unifying and stabilizing oil. It is particularly helpful for calming troubled hearts and relationship conflict. Its influence promotes harmony and the changing dynamics of long-term relationships. Ongoing partnerships require acceptance and growth. Over time, perceived weaknesses in others come into full view, and as a result, individuals can grow bitter, frustrated, unsympathetic, and create emotional distance from people they once loved and cherished. If left unchecked, these feelings can grow into dysfunctional and destructive thoughts and behavior. Perceived stagnation in a relationship can cause despair and apathy and feed a desire to blame, punish, or escape. Alternatively, Neroli invites individuals to develop the character traits of fidelity, empathy, patience, forgiveness, and resilience to ease those relationship challenges. Yeah, totally. That was what I needed Neroli for this morning. With speaking with one of my closest friends of, how long have we been friends? Since maybe 14 years. So, yeah. And then expressing gratitude. What is the greatest gift you've received from this experience? And what I had expressed to her was I was glad that from the feedback she had given me, even though it hurt my feelings, because it gave me the chance to, if that kind of feedback was given to me again, I would know what to say. Like, it would already be stored in my FAQ in my brain. Remember, healing is a journey. You can always return to this process whenever you need. Know that you are divinely supported. Trust that the power is within you to transform into who you're meant to be. So sweet. So I appreciate that this worksheet has been born and given to us, because if we were to share our oils with others, it gives us a framework to have in front of you, so that you don't necessarily have to be the one that knows. It's just, let's follow this together and see where we get, so. I'd love to hear from you. I'm open to feedback. I'm sorry I didn't say that in the beginning. And yeah.
I have a question about something you said, Kim. You said, take responsibility for your actions or whatever, like where do you go from here and stuff, and knowing that your actions are the only thing you have in control, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Do you feel like you can be in control of your emotions?
No, I can be in control of how I react to my feelings.
Okay, that's what I think too. Yeah, like you can't make yourself feel a certain way a lot of times, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to share a book with you guys, because I love books. It's called How Emotions Are Made. Let me stop sharing for a sec. Her name's Lisa Feldman Barrett. She's a doctor, brain doctor person. And what she talks about in her book is she basically dispels, or like just she says it's not real, triggers, which at first triggered me because I thought it made me feel like she discounted my experience when my friend was explaining her book to me. So I said, well, I think I need to read it to understand. So her research is that your brain is very like it goes by category and logic. So based on your experience, your brain's looking for a pattern and it's predicting and expecting something it's experienced before. So like when you're talking with somebody and you kind of know what they're going to say, and you might even like say it before they say it, they're like, oh, I'm looking for that bake shop. What's it called? And you're like, oh, I know the name. Like your brain was expecting it because it's looking for the pattern. So what she explains is that you're not triggered. It's just your brain expecting based on what you've experienced. So if you can use that as a way to comfort yourself, like, oh no, that wasn't like, I don't need to flip out. That was then, this is now. That was then, this is now. So yeah, I mean, it might take a second to wrap your head around. It took me like a few days to like let go of the anger at this woman. I was like, who are you to say I'm not triggered or whatever? But it's just based on her research and science, and it's a very thick book. So yeah. But I would love to go through the worksheet with someone else if you would like. I'm going to share my screen.
I would love to do it unless somebody else wants it.
Well, you spoke first, so
I came in late. Where'd you get that worksheet?
I got it because I'm doing the first beta essential emotions coaching guide. And it was included in this guide so that I can be a certified coach for the essential emotions thing, which I mean, it's like, I've already been doing it, but cool. But now everyone else can do it too. And at least I get to give feedback during the beta session of things that I would like them to change. And I've already given some feedback. So by the time other people take this class, it we'll have gone through all the kinks, But I'll I'll email this to you. So you have it, Deirdre. Okay, Jeannie, did you already have an oil that you picked, or an emotion that you felt, or a body sensation?
Oh, well, I didn't pick an oil. I want to find which oil. I guess the big thing is, the body sensation is my knee, my left knee, because it happened before where it got inflamed and then I couldn't bend it very well. And then now it's just been coming out of nowhere. At least I don't think I've injured it. And so I've been to the chiropractor and different things have happened to help it get back to normal, but then it just keeps happening. And so I was looking it up about how it's about moving forward and stuff like that. Anyway, so let's just do that. It's my left knee.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out
Do you have your book or your app open?
Yeah, I got my book.
Okay. Did you already look up knee? Right.
I'm looking it up again here. Flexibility in moving forward. And I guess I could open my app too while I'm talking to you.
It says blaming self, controlling, negative habits, stubborn, and bitter.
So I think I am blaming myself, and it's about moving forward in my business.
Okay.
And it also says, what am I trying to control is the question.
So then the step you would do is you would look at that list of emotions, and then I think I heard you say the first one, blaming self.
Mhm.
So then we would follow that to the emotions guide.
Okay. Okay.
That's on page 204.
Yeah, and I'm doing it in my I have the app too. So yeah. Okay. What am I punishing myself for? Yes, for not moving forward in my business as much as what I thought I should do. And a lot of this has to do with I felt inspired from God to move forward, and I haven't lately for a while. So what do I need to process so I can forgive and let go of negative thinking? Is that what I'm supposed to be doing?
Yeah, so let's look at this. So you picked the emotion, which was blaming self,
Mhm.
and then the physical was your knee. And so this is what you would want to write down in the look deeper, is which of those questions, feels the most pertinent. What am I punishing myself for? What do I need to process through so I can forgive and let go of negative thinking?
Mhm. Yeah, I think even both of those, but I feel like I'm punishing myself for not moving forward as quickly as, it hasn't been quick at all. And what do I need to process through so I can forgive and let go of negative thinking? It is forgiving myself and cutting myself slack, I think. That's what, like being hard on myself.
Yeah. Which of
Jeannie,
those
can-
3 oils seem like the bergamot, clove, or copaiba?
Well, copaiba stood out to me.
Okay. Do you have it
So
close by?
I'm grabbing it right now.
Let me see if I have mine too.
Jeannie, can I ask a question, please?
Uh-huh.
Do you think you had unrealistic expectations of yourself?
Well, in the last year I have probably. I mean, that is one of the things is I've been really sick for about over a year, and I'm not anymore, but I still have those feelings in the back of my mind about, maybe, and that's the whole point, is like feeling like I haven't accomplished what God wanted me to do. That's
Mhm.
where, that's the negative emotion.
So, Jeannie, remember there isn't any negative emotions.
Okay.
So they all have
Okay.
a purpose and they all bring a message.
Okay.
That was actually my feedback on this program that I'm taking, the Essential Emotions certification.
Yeah.
Is there's a couple of wording that, like, in each of the pages of this book, it shows at the bottom negative emotions. And in some of this wording, like that I let them know, hey, that this doesn't go with the future of talking about oils, and it will continue to have people hold on to shame and anger at themselves if we categorize half of our emotions as negative.
Thank you. Wow. Yeah, that's profound. Yeah. So I want to say something else then. Okay, we're getting to the core of this too. So years ago, when I very first started doing my business, I said it to myself, but then I said it out loud to somebody. I said it to Stephanie. And I said, I can't be a diamond and when my body looks the way it does. And she said to me, well, look around you. Yes, you can. but in my mind, I said, I can't. And so those two have been tied together. And those are what I have felt like, those are like my two goals this year that I've been focusing on. Well, not my business, because I was too sick to do anything about it. And so those two, I've got them wrapped up together. And so it's almost like I can't move forward as long as one is a certain way. I can't move forward. And then it's just keeping me trapped, I think. You see? So my body and my business are the big things. So I am taking better care of my body right now, and I'm actually doing stuff to move forward with that and to be as healthy as I can be. But I think I have a thing where there's this stuff tied. I have I do have negative expectations of myself or something. I have really strong expectations of myself, or unrealistic, maybe.
Would you like feedback?
Yes.
There's a saying, so this is one of the things that makes me like super grateful that I'm an alcoholic, because I had access to all this like therapy.
Mm-hmm.
It's called one day at a time. So we don't look forward to the next day. We only look at this day. So if in this day you've worked on this, you've worked on your body, you've done what you can in these 24 hours. So it's a success every day.
Okay.
Jeannie, may I give you feedback also?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you go to self-comparison, it recommends pink pepper, bergamot, and thyme. And it says, who am I trying to please? What is causing me to fear moving forward? I can now trust my internal compass. I now choose to move forward in confidence and faith. See yourself, dismiss the conflicting voices on either side. See light pouring over your head and face.
Well, that's part of it, is I'm trying to please God, but it's made me feel, you know what I mean? Feel less than right now.
Can I give some feedback too?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm reading a book called, what's it called? Hold on. It's called Return to Love. And in the book, it talks about how we blame our parents for things that going on in our lives, but that typically we are much harder on ourselves than anyone else is. And
Yes.
so, you sharing about like your expectations and not living up to them, and you're just being really hard on yourself. So maybe just take a little time to love yourself more and accept yourself for who you are.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing therapy for. So it's
There
true.
you go.
that
The
is.
bill will be in the mail.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And I can say it to other people, and I can see it in other people, and of course I don't want my kids to be hard on themselves either, but I think I don't recognize it in myself sometimes.
So there's other questions on here, but I think that you can answer those. on
Yeah.
your own.
So I'm just going to use my Copaiba. I'm going to do it the way it says in there. There's nothing are you saying this worksheet helps me walk through what is in the book? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So because it's easy for us to kind of skip steps.
Oh.
And I think this is helpful. The only thing is I'm going to have my friend Dina change this on this paper. See how it has this here. It says, I release this emotion with all its negative attachments and on me. I don't like that. I'm going to change.
Thank you
the
for
wording.
saying that, because it's just feedback, right? It's kind of like strengths. There's no weaknesses in the strengths thing.
Yeah. I really highly suggest you guys download that. It's where's where is it? It's on Carla McClellan's website, and she's got the emotions list, and it has all the synonyms, but you can just download it for free. And that's really helpful to me to understanding like what are the messages behind like all of the whole spectrum of emotion. What are the action steps that come with it? Because I can just check this list and go, okay, I'm feeling this way. And my brain is telling me, you know, this is what to expect. Like if I'm feeling angry, like my next step would be like, how do I stuff it? And I'm like, no, I don't need to stuff it. I'm gonna like open my third eye and listen to like what the message is. You know, it means I need to stand up for myself. I need to have a conversation with somebody and communicate my new boundaries and needs, you know? So they
Yeah.
all have action steps.
Okay. Thank you guys for talking to me, because I just realized I do have other people I'm trying to please. And I didn't think about that. I didn't know I did.
I
Oh,
also know
said it.
because you and I are in a position of leadership in doTERRA.
Mhm.
For me, like I feel like I'm not moving forward, I'm letting people down.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And also because I know you and I know you do a lot of visualization. I think you have a vision of yourself at the end goal that isn't the one that you should be visualizing. Like you're like, oh, when I hit this rank, I'm gonna be this fit. Like, so maybe
Right.
change your like when you're walking for diamond, like that you look just like how you do now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I haven't really visualized for like a year. I'm just now getting back to it, just even for my fitness, just being healthy, you know, and fit the way anyway, so that is a good idea. Thank you. I know, because I have those things wrapped up together, and then my knee is hurting because it's like, whatever, it's my expectations of moving forward or something. And I've just barely gotten well. I don't even know if I am all the way well.
Yeah.
So yeah, expectations of other people has been huge for me. And I keep feeling like that is a thing. If I can let go of trying to look a certain way to other people, that's my big thing to release.
Yeah, it makes us crazy.
Yes, and I can look at it rationally and say, that sucks. You know, like that is not how you want to be at all. And I'm thankful that, you know, my kids don't have that, and they just let it all out. You know what I mean? Like, not in a negative way. I'm just saying they don't care what people think of them, and I'm thankful for that. But I have not been that way.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jamie.
Thank you for helping me, guys. This has helped me a lot.
Let's take a breath for Jeannie. So plant your feet on the ground, open your heart, and take a breath in. Thank you, you guys.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna start that body care series, and I think that might be helpful for your knee. So we're gonna be talking about oils, we're gonna be talking about how to use yamana balls and for specific parts of the body, and emotions. I just realized that needs to be a part of it. So kind of feel like that's coming. I might just
Awesome.
do like a handful, like a series, maybe like a 5-part series. So for those that are interested.
Yeah, like a really short thing. That would be nice.
Yeah. So if you guys are interested, just let me know. I'm still I haven't like pinpointed what day or time it should be, just because I don't know. Maybe it should be a Saturday morning, something like that.
I vote no on the
interested.
Saturday morning, but that's just me.
Should we do an evening? It's just, it would
Oh.
have to be, because East Coast people, it would be really late.
Yeah, I vote no on that too.
Okay.
But Maybe Kim, maybe you should just grab a few people that you want and just do them all recorded and then share them. That's what I was thinking. So
That
that you
sounds
don't
like a
have to
good
be
idea.
bound by anybody else, and you don't have to have it at the same time every week or any of that.
That could be true. That would release me from
Yes,
expecting myself to perform.
yes, yes. And have it
Yeah.
be really casual. And then if you don't like that session, you could always re-record it.
That's true. It's very true. I have the sweetest guy that I know, and he's in like central Florida, and how he describes where he lives, he says, "I live where there's rattlesnakes and back sweat." I love
I
people
love
with
it.
humor. Anyway,
Yes.
but he had a really bad neck pain, and so he's feeling a lot better now using the Yamana balls. So, yeah. Well, I thank you guys so much for being here. If you'd like to come and share like before we end, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll close it out.
I have a question about how I'm feeling physically. I don't know if it can be quick or not, but
Yeah.
okay, so my husband and I have been doing this cleanse, and we're like a little over a week in, and it's tea, and it's working really well. But today I'm waking up feeling like my body feels weak, and I feel shaky, and so I took some, of that like type of medicine that you take before you start to feel, when you first start to feel sick. But I didn't know if you had any oil recommendations. I just got my my order, and it had my On Guard beadlets, so I don't know if that's the best thing to do. I don't know if I'm getting sick or if it's just me cleaning out my system that's causing me to feel this way.
It sounds like your blood sugar. So like you have straight cinnamon, right?
I think so.
I would put some cinnamon in your water. Make sure you put chapstick on.
Okay.
Are you intermittently fasting, or is it just a complete fast?
Oh, you know what? My husband and I have been intermittent fasting since June, but this is not a fast. It's just you just drink tea. Actually, you're supposed to eat with the tea. It's supposed to be after breakfast, after lunch, and after dinner. And
Okay,
yes,
so
I do
you
have
didn't
straight
eat.
cinnamon.
Have you eaten yet, or you just drank the tea?
No, I don't eat until 11.
Okay. Yeah, I would sit like in a calm spot, drink a glass of water, and then I think you'll probably feel better after you eat, because it's kind of what you're describing to me, kind of that nausea, like shaky thing is a blood sugar thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird because I've been doing this for over a week now, and I don't eat until 11 or 12 anymore. So, but yeah, maybe just I pooped more than usual. I'm
Maybe.
sorry.
No, I totally get it. It's very satisfying to poop. So, you might check out the Meta Power stuff after you're done with your tea thing, because it's all about balancing the blood sugar. And
Yeah,
so a lot of the symptoms, that we all experience as we age. So I think that you'll really like that.
I was looking at that and thinking that I would probably get that next month. So cool.
It's like my favorite. I'm so happy with it.
Yeah, I saw your pictures. That was pretty amazing.
Mine
It's
too,
like-
Kim. The
Really?
Meta Power is giving me more energy. And yeah, it's the first 2 days I felt tired and weak, like she was saying. But after that, oh my gosh, I've been feeling energized, clear thought, and being able to take action on my, the clearer your brain is, the more you can take action. So getting more things done. So yes, the Meta Power really works.
Yeah, the brain fog thing. It's like really helped the brain fog thing. Like getting clear. That like is amazing for people like me and Maria. We're like, I can't get anything done. It hurts our self-esteem too. Because then we feel sad we didn't do it because we were too squirrely. Thank you for sharing, Maria. Thank you, Jess, for sharing too. You know,
Can
Thanks for the info.
can I share something? Because I've been going through a bunch of stuff, and this morning I'm thinking I just don't. Okay, so my son moved home with his pretty new girlfriend with her 4 dogs. So we have 7 dogs. A week later, my one dog promoted an attack. Basically, he was trying to get on this bitch and she wouldn't have it, and everybody else in her, all other 3 dogs went after him. So far has had 2 surgeries. They want to help me get through all the boxes and stuff in my house, and I feel like I don't trust them, and I don't want to feel like that. I'm just trying to figure out what is going on. I feel like and I don't want them to get the wrong impression. And then last weekend, when my husband came home, basically I'm just like his gopher to get stuff done. We were out, we came back later. I felt like I didn't have any time to get done the stuff I wanted to get done. They were clearing stuff out in my kitchen, helping me clean my kitchen. And I was just overwhelmed, and I didn't know. I don't want them to think that, but I don't know if it's a codependent thing, and now everybody's dependent on me because they're afraid that they're going to do the wrong thing. I don't know where to start, and I enjoy feedback.
oh, it sounds terrible. I'm so sorry for your doggy.
He's getting better. He had a like a 6-inch gash in the back of his leg. They sutured part of it. I've been cleaning it twice daily and giving him meds, and this week they're going to see if they can close up the other part of the gash. But he provoked it. Dogs are dogs, but it's been a lot of pressure on me, and he's getting better, but I don't want to stop everybody from trying to help me and clear out stuff. I don't want them to misinterpret me. Maybe I'm just not talking enough. I'm not communicating enough.
Well, it sounds like your boundaries have pushed, and you don't want to lose your son and his like being around you. If you were to say,
maybe I just want them to trust me. I guess if I just told them what I've been trying to work through this, because like when we got home so late that afternoon, I just didn't want to do anything. When I'm out of routine, I have a hard time catching up and just leaving it behind and just getting stuff done.
yeah. Have you gone through the oil list that we just went through? So like if you're feeling like overwhelmed.
I came in late.
Okay, so I would go through your book. It sounds like I heard overwhelmed, I heard exhausted. What else can you add to the list so that you can go through and use your tools?
Untrusting, or it's just afraid. Maybe it's afraid of change. I want help, but maybe it can't only be on my terms or nothing's going to get done.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what they're doing. I just have so much more to get done. I foolishly ordered 300 bulbs, tulips, hyacinths, everything. I've got to get them in the ground before it freezes. We've been in the 20s and 30s at night for the last week or so. But
Yeah.
I'm moving forward, and I'm, even if I don't feel like because I'm so analytical, I want to put everything in the perfect spot. And I think I just worked it out yesterday. I just have more stuff to do, and I just have a lot on my plate. I need a vacation. So, so where did you get the list of oils? Was it from the,
So what we shared was the worksheet where it teaches you how to go through the essential emotions book. And it just kind of holds you accountable to like really doing the journaling. So I'll send it to you so you have it. And I suggest you like actually put pen to paper and answer the questions. So print out several copies.
all right, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I know it's so hard as sharing your space and you know, people that want to help, but you know, like it's your house. If he's an adult and you're an adult, it's a lot of space being taken up. So I'm sorry that it's very difficult.
Well, you know, I do feel like it's a time to just let go.
I mean, I don't have the same upbringing that you have, but in my mind, and I know it's not like, I feel really insensitive, you know, thinking in my head, if the house were to burn down right now, what would you grab? You know, that's what I'm thinking in my head, but I know that that's too hard of a question. You know, for me, it would be like dogs and people. Like that's all I take.
Yeah,
So, you know, so I care about you so much, and I want you to have the space that you need. So I would try to have a conversation with them. So
yeah,
it's
I
your
know.
damn house.
Well, but that's only a small part of it, because I know I need help. I know I have a lot of stuff to go through. We moved out of a 1600 square foot house. No. Yeah, I think, no, it's very small. It was a very small house. I think so, because this is like 3,800 square feet.
Well,
And,
Deidre, I'm gonna allow some time for Shannon. We've already kind of went over time, so I'm gonna
Okay.
have Shannon come in.
Okay, thanks.
Hi,
Hi, everyone. Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for this worksheet. I was filling it out, and like helichrysum was the oil that I felt most drawn to. And then the emotions, I put like feeling irritated with others and wanting to love on myself during the season. And in the body, I put inflammation in the body. Like sometimes I experience highs, but I've been like, it's just been little whelps coming up here and there. So I kind of was looking at like, what does that say? And that was very helpful. Some of the oils kind of that were recommended was like frankincense when you're irritated with others, and like forgive. Actually, forgive was like when you're irritated with others, and frankincense was more like self-love, self-acceptance, because I'm so grateful because of the work that I've been doing with Codependence Anonymous. I'm at this point where I'm on the other, I don't want to be on the other stream where I'm just like, everyone leave, I don't curse, but you know, leave me, leave me alone, you know. But I'm kind of feeling that way. I'm kind of tired of being a doormat. So I've been just speaking up for myself unapologetically. So I went from kind of timidly speaking up for myself, and even my husband is so hilarious because he's kind of, because I've been at this place before feeling very empowered, and it terrifies him. But this time it's unapologetic. It's never been as unapologetic as it is right now. And I'm so grateful because I'm not just saying the heck with everyone. I'm like still dealing with people, but my posture is just like, you know what? I'm a different person, you know. So I was just I'm gonna use this sheet to balance that, like the forgive, like not throwing everyone under the bus, but then also kind of just loving myself and taking care of me finally. This worksheet is going to be very helpful as I just keep taking it one day at a time and working through these other emotions, because I'm used to being like sad, but now I'm feeling a little angry and irritable. So that's kind of I would love feedback if any of you have ever found yourself kind of coming into your own, and now that's kind of a whole nother phase.
Yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. When I've asserted myself afterwards, I felt like a bitch. I'm like, I'm not a bitch
Yes.
for asking for what my needs are, you know? Like you're
Mhm.
powerful and worthy. You know,
Mhm.
we all deserve to take up our own space.
Mhm.
And by doing that, we teach people how to treat us.
Well, thank you, Kim, and thank you for this call. I'm so excited about where I am and how this platform has really helped me to kind of, get to these different milestones.
Love you, Shannon.
Love you too. Thank you. Can we take a breath? Can we
Yeah, let's take a breath for Shannon. We need to take one for Deirdre too.
Okay.
You want to lead us in a breath?
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we're doing for Deirdre too. Thank you all for showing up. And I'm just real glad that we can do this together and create our safe space and be able to come and be honest and learn, right? Learn from our experiences and our lessons and being able to speak up. So have a great day. We're gonna do on Wednesday, we're gonna do our Meta Power accountability support group. So if you want to join, you can do that. That's the same link at 9:30 p.m. or a.m. PST. Okay, bye.